flipped?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I struggled on that early on, especially against Tennessee. And it's one of the things I've just been staying out for practice, catching punts and, doing some different drills. And, it was great that I got a little bit of improvement on that last week.
What sorts of things are you doing different?
Punt return?
Yeah.
I feel like just setting up blocks. It was the main thing. I felt like I could have did a better job against Tennessee setting up blocks and just sticking my foot in the ground and getting vertical. And so that's what I wanted to focus on this week.
You've always been able to make guys miss, but it seems like your decision-making back there is better. Is that just something that comes with repetition?
Yeah, I think it does. Like I said, just sticking my foot in the ground and getting vertical and not going east and west too much. So that was the biggest jump that I think I made.
Sterling, knowing your long history with Jay, how weird is it going to be to see him on the opposite sideline?
Yeah, I actually got a chance to talk to him a little bit today. It's kind of weird seeing him in that burnt orange. I don't think it fits him very well, but it's weird seeing him over there. But he has to do what he has to do to take care of his family, and it's going to be a battle.
Do you keep in touch with him a lot?
Yeah, I talk to him here and there. He's a busy man, so I talk to him whenever he gets a chance or I get a chance. He hit me up here and there, so I get to talk to him a little bit.
What does Texas look like in the secondary to you?
I haven't gotten a chance to really see much film, but they're always physical, and especially against us, they're going to bring their A game, so we're going to have to do the same.
Jordan, with your long history with this rivalry, what's it like to know that this is your last one, and how is it different?
Yeah, I mean, it came up on me quick. It's the last one. All Big 12 conference games are going to be my last one, so we got to make the best of it, and this is one of those high-intensity games. So we got to tell the young guys to kind of settle down, and we got to kind of get in our groove.
You feel like that you've had a defining play in this series at all, or is that still yet to happen?
No, I mean I think I've only scored once against Texas last year on a wheel route, and I'd like to get something big, and we'll see. I'll just let the game come to me, and hopefully something big will come.
Would you be more proud of a great punt return or a great touchdown?
I'd be happy with either one of them. I haven't returned one for a touchdown yet, and that's something that I want to do. And what better week to do it than Texas?
What are your thoughts on your quarterback?
Next question.
What are your thoughts on your quarterback?
All right, Dean. Yeah, man, he's doing a great job extending plays. I mean, when you have a quarterback like that, it to extend plays and you can run around with him. It's always great to have. But he's a goofball.
Sorry. You guys have a set plan that you're supposed to do on certain plays when Baker starts scrambling, or is it just free for all and find an open hole?
Yeah, I mean, we work the scramble drill every day in practice, and different plays, different spots for each guy. But yeah, it's a planned out deal.
Do you have to work on your patience because you've had such a big year? Last game, though, you guys, I guess you didn't complete but 14, but you had average 23 yards a catch. But you only had 2 catches.
Yeah, I mean, I get whatever I get. I don't draw the plays up. Whatever I get, I just try to make the catch and make something happen with it. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it as long as other guys are getting going and we're having a great job, doing a great job on offense. Then I'm happy.
Do you feel like there's less pressure on you this year with other receivers stepping up a little bit more?
For sure. I mean, we have a ton of weapons and a lot of guys that want to make big plays, and everybody wants to be that person to make the big play. So yeah, there's not much pressure on me to have to go out there. Everybody's doing their job and making big plays.
Did you feel that pressure last year, early in the year?
I wouldn't say I felt the pressure. I mean, I'm kind of used to that, and I love getting the ball, so I didn't really feel any pressure. But it's great to have other weapons with you. I mean, I guess it does kind of relieve some pressure.
Zach mentioned that Jay may know some tendencies of the defensive backs, and especially the wide receivers. Just your thoughts on him, just having so much knowledge on you and Duron and some of the other guys that have been around for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure he's given those guys a little bit of a background on us, especially some of the DBs. He's been around here for a while, and he's got to see what some of those guys do good and what some of those guys do bad. So, I'm sure he's relaying that message to them, but we have different game plan every week, and it's all about what we can do and what we're going to do as an offense.
The obvious question this week is about just being prepared for Texas and not overlooking them. You guys have lost to them as big favorites before.
Yeah.
Talk about your role in that and any concern.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things this week. They're not doing too great, but they haven't done I think it was, 2 years ago, they weren't doing too great either, and they came out and they spanked us. So it's one of those things that we have to keep our head in the game and study for those guys and prepare for those guys like they're a top team.
Some of the offensive struggles last year against Texas, how key was it for Alex Ross on his kickoff return and Zach Sanchez to get the interception?
Yeah, those things, they can change the pace of the game really easy. You can be down like West Virginia last year. He busted a big one and going into halftime, and we get the ball back, and those things can change the pace of the game really quick. So those special teams plays are definitely big to have.
What have you told Dede and Jarvis, who haven't played in this game yet? How have you prepared them?
It's kind of hard to get them prepared for this one because we had such a big crowd at Tennessee with everybody yelling against us. So can't really tell them too much about the crowd because they've probably been through it now with Tennessee. But we're going to attack it just like we do every other week, and study for it like we do every other week.
Do you remember any jitters that you had going into this game your freshman season?
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. Like one side is just screaming at you, and then the other side is screaming for you. So, I have pregame jitters, whoever team we're playing, but that game is just something about it that kind of gets you getting the butterflies a little bit. So.
You've seen West Virginia, it's 4th straight year seeing West Virginia. It seems like things were getting a little chippy. Was there any rivalry building there?
It's always like that with West Virginia. They're a team that plays with a lot of emotion, and they came to that game, with kind of a big head, and they had all right to. Defense was great, and they're definitely a physical bunch of guys. So, it was getting kind of chippy, but I think that had to do with a little bit before the game, us bumping in with them.
What is Coach Stoops' cell phone policy in the locker room?
His what?
His cell phone policy. There was a Texas player that was tweeting at halftime this past week. Does he allow you to have cell phones?
Oh, no, I do not think you're supposed to have cell phones. If he sees it, probably taking it, snap it. Cell phone policy.
Anything else for Sterling?